1. Del Mar Opening Day, Deep Fields and Oceanside Stakes Preview. 2. Inside the Breeders' Cup, Josh Rubinstein on Del Mar's exciting summer meet. 3. Del Mar Horse Racing, a thriving season amidst NorCal's collapse. 1. Del Mar Opening Day, Deep Fields and Oceanside Stakes Preview. Excitement builds as Del Mar kicks off its 86th summer season. The opening day of Del Mar's racing season is set to be a thrilling event, featuring a 10-race card that has attracted a remarkable 100 horses, along with an additional 10 on the also-eligible list. By Byron King. After a brief hiatus in thoroughbred racing in California, following the conclusion of the summer meet at Los Alamitos Race Course on July 6, the excitement returns to the Golden State on July 18. Del Mar is ready to launch its 86th summer season, and fans are eagerly awaiting the action. This much-anticipated meet at the picturesque seaside track will last for 8 weeks, encompassing 31 racing days, and will run until September 7. A total of 38 stakes races are scheduled, boasting a combined purse of $7.825 million, which is just shy of the totals from the previous 2 summers. Among the highlights is the prestigious $1 million Pacific Classic, G1, Del Mar's signature race, set for August 30. This summer, 5 Grade 1 races will take place, with the stakes action commencing on Friday with the traditional opener, the $100,000 Oceanside Stakes, a mile-long race on turf. The Oceanside Stakes, a restricted race for 3-year-olds, has attracted a competitive field of 10 horses. Leading the pack is Ironman Cal, trained by Phil D'Amato and owned by Little Red Feather Racing and Medicat Stables. Ironman Cal made a strong impression last fall, finishing as the runner-up in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf, G1T, at Del Mar. In his only race this year, he finished a close 6th in the American Turf, G1T, at Churchill Downs on May 2, as he gears up for a campaign focused on the latter half of 2025. This year marks the 4th time the Breeders' Cup will return to Del Mar during its fall Bing Crosby meet, adding to the excitement of the season. Purses for overnight races have seen a significant increase this summer. Allowance races are now valued at $81,000 and above, while maiden races on the main track can reach up to $100,000, thanks to the track's Maiden Dirt Bonus program. Additionally, Del Mar has reinstated its successful Sheep and Win incentive program, which encourages horses from out of state to compete at the track. A strategic reallocation of purse funds from Northern California to the south has also contributed to the increase in purses in Southern California, especially since no racing has occurred in Northern California this year. On opening day, 100 horses are set to compete across 10 races, with another 10 horses on the also-eligible list. Last summer, Del Mar averaged 8.6 starters per race, indicating a healthy level of competition. Prominent jockeys expected to regularly ride at Del Mar include Umberto Rispoli, Antonio Friso, and Juan Hernandez, who has claimed the last 4 Del Mar riding titles. Notable trainers such as Phil D'Amato, Doug O'Neill, John Sadler, Mark Glett, and Bob Baffert are anticipated to vie for leading training honors, with Baffert often showcasing many of his top 2-year-olds during the summer months. Leading owners from the previous meet, Augustine Stable and Heronas Racing, have entries on opening day and are expected to be strong contenders in the owner standings, alongside Nick Alexander and others. This summer, 2 changes to the wagering menu are designed to be more player-friendly, a $3 minimum for the late pick 3 and a $5 minimum for the late double, both featuring a 15% takeout. Additionally, the early pick 5 at Del Mar boasts a low takeout of 14%. Last summer, Del Mar recorded a daily average handle of $16.225 million, showcasing the track's popularity and the excitement surrounding its races. Entries for the Caesars Sportsbook Oceanside Stakes. Del Mar, Friday, July 18, 2025, Race 8. STK. 1 mile. Turf. $100,000. 3 years old. 5:30 p.m. local time. PP, horse name Jockey, weight, trainer, morning line. 1 Kelly Cat, CA, Vincent Camino, 120, John W. Sattler. 2 Encanto, IRE, Tiago Josue Pereira, 120, Peter Urton. 3 Iron Man Cal, KY, Antonio Frisu, 124, Philip D'Amato. 4 Allow the Crocodile, IRE, Umberto Rispoli, 120, Philip D'Amato. 5 Artis Loss, KY, 1J, Hernandez, 124, Jeff Mullins. 6 Kills Angel, KY, Armando Ayuso, 120, Peter Miller. 7 Game Warrior, KY, Hector Isaac Barrios, 120, Peter Miller. 8 Day and H, KY, Mike E. Smith, 122, Richard E. Mandela. 9 Molau, CA, William Anton Georgie Tree, 122, Steve M. Sherman. 10 Ibodi Zofe, KY, Kozushi Kimura, 122, Jerry Hollendorfer. What are your thoughts on the upcoming season? With so much at stake and a variety of talented horses and jockeys, which races are you most excited about? Share your opinions in the comments below. 2. Inside the Breeders' Cup, Josh Rubinstein on Del Mar's exciting summer meet. The excitement is palpable as the 86th racing season at Del Mar kicks off this Friday, July 18th. This picturesque racetrack, located just north of San Diego, California, is set to capture the attention of the international horse racing community once again this fall. For the 4th time, and for the 2nd consecutive year, Del Mar will proudly host the prestigious Breeders' Cup Championship races on October 31st and November 1st. This summer meet, which will run for 31 days until September 7th, is expected to offer impressive overnight purses totaling approximately $15.7 million, marking an 8% increase from the previous year. Additionally, the meet will feature 38 stakes races with a combined value of $7,825,000. One of the most significant changes for this upcoming summer is the transition in the announcer's booth. Larry Collins will take over the role from Trevor Denman, a beloved figure in the racing community who announced his retirement earlier this year. Denman has been the voice of Del Mar for all but one summer meet since 1984, with Collins stepping in during 2020 when he also began calling the fall races. A constant presence at Del Mar is Josh Rubinstein, who has been part of the Del Mar Thoroughbred Club's executive team since 1997 and became president in 2018. Originally from New York, Rubinstein moved to San Diego at the age of 11. He graduated from San Diego State University after spending summers working at Del Mar, later working with ABC Sports before returning to Del Mar full-time. In an interview with Ray Pollock, publisher of the Pollock Report, Rubinstein shared his thoughts on the upcoming summer meet. How optimistic are you as Del Mar's summer meet approaches? Pollock asked. Rubinstein responded, "The beginning of the summer meeting always brings a wave of excitement, and it's hard not to feel optimistic. The barn area is filling up, and we anticipate reaching full capacity with around 1,900 horses. Owners and trainers are eager to race here. The single-circuit model has proven beneficial for field sizes, purse generation, and wagering, as seen at Santa Anita. Additionally, we have enhanced our Sheep and Win program, which continues to attract horses not only to Del Mar but also to Santa Anita and Los Alamitos throughout the year. With the pandemic causing the cancellation of various special events and promotions, including concerts and giveaways, Pollock inquired whether there are plans to revive these marketing strategies to boost attendance. He also asked if attendance remains a crucial metric. Rubinstein acknowledged, "Attendance is certainly important, but it's just one of several metrics we consider. Our concert program had a successful run, and while we're not ruling out future shows, the costs associated with music talent and production have surged post-COVID, making it challenging to continue. However, Del Mar has always aimed to attract individuals who may not have a strong interest in racing or who have only a limited interest, allowing them to experience what makes Del Mar unique. This focus continues under Erin Bailey, our VP of Marketing, who is dedicated to leveraging social and digital media to draw people to the track, including a robust influencers program. When asked about potential changes or enhancements to the physical facilities, Rubinstein noted, while the improvements may not be immediately obvious, we undertook significant flooring and painting work during the off-season, including upgrades to the Jockeys room. He explained the relationship between the Del Mar Thoroughbred Club and the state, stating, Del Mar operates as a tenant leasing the track from the state, specifically the 22nd District Agricultural Association, DAA. The process for securing funds for capital improvements, such as new display boards or stable repairs, involves collaboration with the DAA. Del Mar is unique in that it hosts numerous events during the off-season, like the San Diego County Fair and various horse shows, which contribute to wear and tear, particularly in the stable area. Each year, we work closely with the DAA to allocate significant funding for repairs and maintenance. Our relationship with the DAA has never been stronger, and their board has shown tremendous support for DMTC and horse racing. Recently, I accompanied two of their directors, Lisa Barkett and Mark Arabo, to Keenan to observe their facilities, particularly the paddock renovation and the Red Mile HHR property. They were very impressed and are eager to explore funding options for capital improvement projects at Del Mar. As Del Mar prepares to host the Breeders' Cup for the fourth time and in consecutive years, Pollock asked if Rubinstein believes Del Mar will remain a regular host site, especially with Belmont undergoing renovations, Keenan making extensive upgrades, and Churchill Downs consistently excelling in hosting major events. Rubinstein replied, while the final decision on host sites lies with the Breeders' Cup, I believe our history makes a compelling case for Del Mar's continued consideration as a future host. We have recorded two of the highest handle days in Breeders' Cup history, and post-event research indicated that the 2024 event at Del Mar achieved the highest fan satisfaction levels ever. Del Mar is an attractive destination for both participants and fans, and we receive strong support from the local community. Each time the Breeders' Cup has chosen us as a host, it has been a fantastic experience. We have received positive feedback regarding our racing surfaces in terms of safety and fairness. With record handle numbers and substantial participation from international horsemen and horsewomen, we can also count on favorable weather. This will be our fourth year hosting the World Championships, and I feel we have improved in every aspect each year. The collaboration between the Breeders' Cup and Del Mar teams has been excellent, and we are excited for another outstanding event this fall. The topic of computer-assisted wagering, CAW, has sparked considerable debate in recent years. Pollock asked Rubinstein how the industry can address the concerns of retail horse players while still benefiting from the significant handle generated by CAW operations. Rubinstein acknowledged the complexity of this issue, stating, "It's essential to strike a fair balance between professional and recreational players. We are actively working to find that equilibrium. It's reasonable for high-volume players to expect some consideration regarding the rates they pay, especially since their wages contribute significantly to our purse funding. We have implemented measures to minimize late odds fluctuations that can frustrate bettors. Additionally, at the request of the Thoroughbred Owners of California, TOC, we have adjusted our pricing policies for this year, which will significantly reduce the volume of CAW handle in our pools for the upcoming meet. While we anticipate some benefits from having a single circuit, we could also see reductions in wagering that reach 8 figures due to increased CAW rates." In a hypothetical scenario where Santa Anita ceases to be a live racing venue, Pollock asked how much additional racing Del Mar could accommodate. Rubinstein replied, "In short, we could absorb some additional racing, but certainly not all of it. We remain hopeful that there are viable paths for racing to continue at Santa Anita for the foreseeable future, and we are actively collaborating with California racing stakeholders to ensure that future. The single-circuit model will assist us in the short term, but we are committed to the long-term viability of racing. When discussing the potential for historical horse racing to be approved by the California Horse Racing Board, CHRB, or the legislature, Pollack inquired about the industry's efforts to improve relations with state government, particularly in light of tribal influence in Sacramento. Rubinstein emphasized, "It has become increasingly clear that alternative sources of purse revenue are essential for the future of California racing." The CHRB has expressed a willingness to consider proposals for alternative gaming options that could provide a boost for racing. Together with Santa Anita, TOC, and Los Alamitos, we are making a strong case in Sacramento about the contributions of the California racing industry to the state's economy, creating jobs, attracting tourism, generating tax revenue, and supporting numerous small businesses and family farms. I believe we have a genuine opportunity to secure a supplemental revenue source that could enhance purses and funding for track improvements. Stakeholders are dedicating significant time and resources to make this happen. In light of the current administration's immigration policies, Pollack asked how DMTC is preparing for the possibility of an Immigration and Customs Enforcement (ICE) raid at the stables. Rubinstein acknowledged the concern, stating, "Like many local businesses, we are aware of the potential impacts on our workforce and 3. Del Mar Horse Racing, a thriving season amidst NorCal's collapse." As Northern California's racing scene crumbles, Del Mar races ahead in full stride, but the shift carries major implications most fans haven't yet grasped. Del Mar, with opening day just around the corner, the Del Mar Thoroughbred Club is gearing up for what promises to be an electrifying 31-day racing stretch along the coast. All signs indicate booming attendance, larger racing fields, and increased wagering, but the backdrop tells a much different story. Northern California's horse racing industry has essentially fallen apart. Once vibrant tracks have shuttered, leaving only 3 active venues in the entire state: Del Mar, Santa Anita, and Los Alamitos. This consolidation has changed the game dramatically. "We're entering a completely new era in California racing," says Del Mar's racing secretary David Jockeys. "With only one statewide circuit now, we are seeing an influx of 12 to 15 additional trainers, and about 300 to 400 horses migrating from Pleasanton and the former Northern California fairs. We've run out of stall space due to overwhelming demand. Even San Luis Downs and Los Alamitos are stepping in to help accommodate horses that will be competing here." Jockeys, along with Chief Operating Officer Josh Rubinstein, believe this surge in horse entries will translate into more competitive races and a rise in betting activity. Santa Anita's spring meet saw average field sizes grow by 13% compared to last year, reaching 7.7 horses per race. Meanwhile, total wagering, known as the handle, climbed 7.5%. Interestingly, Del Mar has held a lead in field sizes for nearly a decade. The average number of horses per race last summer was 8.7, slightly down from 8.8 in 2024 and 9.0 in 2023. Still, the consistency demonstrates a strong foundation that other tracks have struggled to match. "From a statistical standpoint, we are positioned really well," Jockeys said. "But now we need to see how these Northern California barns compete. There are a lot of unknowns we are watching closely." To ease the transition, Jockeys has collaborated with owners and trainers to restructure Del Mar's 2025 race schedule. The aim? To keep the competitive standard high while opening doors for incoming talent. Changes include introducing various claiming levels and more races tailored for California-bred horses. "We want to be as inclusive as possible," Jockeys emphasized. "This is about supporting everyone who's now part of this sole California circuit." Rubinstein echoed the optimism. Having a unified circuit is proving to be quite beneficial, he said. We're already seeing gains of 13% across several metrics. Plus, our purse sizes, based on projections from Santa Anita, have jumped by 8%. In many cases, we are offering double the prize money compared to what Northern California venues used to offer. Beyond California talent, Del Mar's popular Ship and Win program continues to lure top horses from across the country, further boosting competition. Opening day is crucial, but Sunday also carries significant weight for Jockeys. That's when entries are locked in for key weekend races, serving as an early gauge of turnout and enthusiasm. Opening day always feels like the starting gun on a big race, Jockeys said. Last year, we averaged just under 10 horses per race on day one. This year, we are preparing for even stronger demand. Featured races include the 80th Oceanside Stakes for 3-year-olds at 1 mile on turf, with 21 nominations. Saturday adds two major contests, the $200,000 Grade 2 San Clemente Handicap with 29 entries and the $100,000 Wicker Stakes with 21. On Sunday, the $100,000 Oceanside Stakes leads with 30 nominations. New talent also arrives in the form of renowned jockey Mirko De Muro. At 46, the Italian rider brings with him more than 1,300 career victories, including a Dubai World Cup win. After a long stint in Japan, De Muro will make his Del Mar debut on opening day. And here's where things get sensitive and potentially controversial. Behind the scenes, Del Mar officials have quietly developed contingency plans should U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, IC, conduct an immigration raid during the season. While similar threats didn't materialize during Santa Anita and Los Alamitos meets, Del Mar isn't taking chances. We're prepared, Rubinstein stated, without elaborating. We've worked hard internally to plan for every scenario and have kept open lines of communication with our stakeholders and backstretch workers. Historically, this isn't unprecedented. In 1985, a surprise raid by federal immigration officials disrupted the Del Mar meet early in the season, prompting a horse owner protest and a lost day of racing. What do you think about the dramatic shift in California's racing scene? Is centralizing the circuit a bold step forward, or does it concentrate too much power in southern venues? ***, drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's stir the pot a little.